and welcome to the Projection Project. My name is Rain. I'm a super awesome, cool host, and today I have with me Estelle.
Hello.
We just want to clarify at the beginning of this episode that neither of us have shifted. So, have you ever lucid dreamed? Lucid dreamt? What? I can't English today. This is so irritating. Have you ever lucid dreamed before?
Yes, I have. I've lucid dreamt 3 to 4 times. And I haven't actually shifted with them, as Rain just said. But I first found out about lucid dreaming when I was 11, 12 years old. And I honestly gave up because the method was too hard. The like not the shifting lucid dream method, but like just lucid dreaming in general, like the method seemed really difficult for an 11-year-old. So I gave up. But then when I found out about shifting, I also found out about the method to do with lucid dreaming, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. And it didn't work for the first 3 months, and then I just gave up. And then a month later, I was taking a nap during the day, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm dreaming. And there's this random dude standing in front of me, and he goes, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. And so I tried to control something, but I just ended up slipping back into the dream. I didn't try after that. And then 2 months later, I lucid dreamt again during another nap. And I managed to make a full portal, but it was way too small and I couldn't actually fit through it. And then 3 months later, I finally made a portal that was big enough, and I went through it and nothing happened. So I'm guessing my intent wasn't strong enough, or I just wasn't focused enough. But that's my overall experience with lucid dreaming.
And I think that's crazy considering how many people talk, like, if you can lucid dream, like they talk up the lucid dreaming method so much, and they're like, it's so great if you can do it, like it works when all the time, like 100%.
Yeah.
And then whenever you're saying it didn't work, like it throws me for a loop, and you're like, I went through it and nothing happened.
Yeah,
Like,
I just woke up. I woke up. I went back to sleep actually, and then I just woke up, and I remembered what happened, and I was just like mind blown. I was like, oh my God, it didn't work. I'm a very good visualizer, and I visualized a purple portal, and I made it with a stick that I had imagined, and I walked through and everything, and nothing happened. And I think it's good that people know that the lucid dream method isn't always going to work, although people say it's extremely effective. It is, but it's not always going to work, and that's okay because there's always next time.
I agree. And I think and I had a friend who did the lucid dreaming method, and she always lucid dreams, and she said she created the portal, went through it, and she said like it kind of hurt, but it, like, she said she was also starting to get shifting symptoms, but like I don't remember what happened. Like, obviously she didn't shift, but she said like I think she just also woke up, but she said that like things were starting to happen, but like it did, but she didn't shift, you know.
That's really interesting because each time I walked through the portal or got close to it, my whole, like every single shifting symptom I've ever felt happened at once, but like it was like times by 10. So far, the lucid dream method has been the most effective for me, and it just honestly feels like you're being picked up and then you're just like moving. So I would say it's a pretty close shift.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just don't know, because I think it's just because I have like never lucid dreamed before. Lucid dreamed. I think I'm just really bad at English. Anyway, the one experience I had where I almost did it. Okay, so like, in dreams where like you don't have thoughts, you kind of just do and don't, like you kind of just act. And in my dream, I think I was still only trying to shift to Hogwarts at this time. And I was at, and also this is whenever my script was like different, because I was a Gryffindor at this time in my script, because I still consider myself a Gryffindor. I'm not. I'm now a Ravenclaw in my script. Anyway, I woke up in the Gryffindor common room and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late for class. Like, and I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what class I'm supposed to go to. So I'm looking around like the room for like the class schedule and the map. And as I'm holding these printer paper instead of parchment like maps and like stuff like that, a voice in my head, but it's like my voice is like, didn't you skip that you knew what you were doing? And I was like, yeah. And I literally sat there for a second and I was like, I can't think about this. I'm gonna be late for class. And then I ran to class. What was I doing? I was so mad. And then I just kept going with it. I just kept going with the dream. I still remember like the whole dream. And then whenever I started to wake back up, I tried to go back to the dream so bad. But that is the only experience I've had. And I tried to lucid dream for a really long time because I wanted to try the lucid dreaming method. And I've just never been able to try it because I can lucid dream. So that's my experience. 2 out of 10. That's what I rate it.
Lucid dream method has worked mostly when I wasn't expecting it, or when I've accidentally fallen asleep, or when I've woken up in the night and then gone back to sleep. But the lucid dream method has so far been the most effective method for me, for like a very little effort I've put in, although because I've never tried the method after that, and it just kind of happened. Although it was quite a long wait, it's still very effective.
I know people say that they love to try and shift during like naps or like, and I know people, there's also like a method where you like wake yourself up in the middle of the night and then try to shift it. Why would you do that? I think it's just because I think the reason why I don't like it is because I like, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and then I stay awake for several hours and then I can't fall asleep. And then whenever I nap, most of the time I just don't feel well. So then I take a nap just to feel better. I think that's why I don't like it.
That method is also, I believe it was inspired by one of the actual original lucid dream methods. You would go to sleep and then wake yourself up and then go back to sleep to try and think about lucid dreaming.
Yes, yeah, you're definitely right. I remember whenever I read like how can I lucid dream? That was definitely one of them. I remember reading that.
And then the other one was to every 15 minutes check the time, or put your hand through your other hand.
The one I did to try and lose the dream, and it worked because, or not, it didn't work. It was starting to work, and I think I just gave up because it was a really long process. But now I just remember my dreams 24/7. Like, and even if I have multiple dreams, and well, you do have multiple dreams a night, but I remember like my multiple dreams now. Anyway, is dream recall. Whenever you before you go to sleep at night. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna remember this perfectly. So here's me roughly telling you is that before you go to sleep at night, say it's like something about like wanting to go back to a dream that you have previously like dreamed. So supposedly it's supposed to work if you want to lucid dream, and then if you lucid dream back to your previous dream, you're gonna know it's not real. And then move. Apparently it works, and that's what I was trying to do, but it never happened.
Wow, that is so interesting.
I wish I could remember all of it, but it was something along the lines of that.
On the topic of dreams, I've had so many dreams where like I've done something real like that seemed really important in my dream, and then I'll wake up and forget it, but then I'm like, well, I need to know what happened, and I'll spend the whole day just trying to remember, and I've never remembered. So that is a really good thing to know. I'm gonna try that now.
Dreams always come back to me at like the weirdest times. And I should really get like a dream journal, or like I know they have like apps and stuff, but most like sometimes if I have to like go somewhere right away in the morning, I'm not on my phone for a long time. I don't know. But like I sometimes it'll be like later at night or like around like 7 p.m. and I'll be on my computer and a dream will like the whole dream will just come back to me and I'm like, what the heck?
That happens to me sometimes too.
I know it feels like memories are like it feels like someone just touched my head and like are putting memories in my brain. I'm like, what?
That's so funny you say that, because I saw this TikTok of someone saying when I first woke up in my Hogwarts DR, all of these memories just flooded me, and it felt so weird because, you know, I've done those things, but I just technically wasn't there yet. And that when like you dream and it comes back, that I'm guessing it feels like that.
That's like one thing that really blows my mind is that like I'm there and like I have previous memories. Like I wonder what they are. And then whenever people talk about them, I'm going to remember them. Like that's just crazy.
It's
I,
yeah.
okay, do you think that obviously we don't know because we haven't shifted, but do you think that dreaming about your comfort character or like or anyone from your DR is a sign that you're close to shifting?
I was about to ask a question so similar. I honestly believe, did you say a sign or a symptom?
As I guess both. A sign and symptom are like kind of similar, I guess, in in shifting terms. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. When you really think about it, the reason you probably dream about a lot of things is because you've just recently seen it. And that would mean that if you're consistently thinking about shifting or comfort characters, like I'm consistently editing them, I often always look at them. I don't really have dreams about them, but I that's probably why we dream the majority of the time. So it can be a symptom or a sign. I would probably take it as a sign because it's very rare. I remember the majority of my dream, or some people don't even dream at all, and so it really depends on the circumstances. But I think it can definitely be taken as a sign.
Well, you do dream unless you don't hit REM sleep.
Yeah, and sometimes you just don't remember them.
Um, because that's how I used to be, where I barely like used to remember my dreams, and now I do. Um, so he's okay. The reason why I asked is because I don't consider it a sign, and or maybe it's just I'm mean and crotchety. But like I used to have dreams about like people from my dear. Like I back early on to I guess like this was I don't know, like winter of last year, I had like dreams about the Harry Potter characters all the time. I'm like, I'm shifting soon. And then whenever I was creating my MCU script, like earlier this year, I was like, I am like shifting to my MCU DR soon. And that is so not true because obviously I've not shifted yet.
Yeah,
Like
this
I
leads
just
back to what I said.
I don't know. I just don't consider it a sign. Like I think it goes hand in hand, like what you were saying. Like you may have seen it recently. Like obviously, people are watching the movies, or like their shows, or anything like that, or just thinking about them. Like I think that's just it. I don't really consider it a sign, in
Yeah,
my opinion. But if you consider a sign, like keep going. But like I guess I don't because it didn't. It's not a sign for me, and it hasn't worked for me. But if it's worked
yeah,
for someone else, like go ahead. I guess like I'm not gonna discredit you because it it we didn't have the same experiences. I don't know.
I was just going to say, leading on from that, everyone is different. Therefore, all of their symptoms and their journey and experiences are going to be different. So it comes down to the person. Also, leading on from your last question, you stated that you obviously have had dreams about your desired reality. How often do you have those dreams?
I don't have them that often anymore. I used to have them a lot, but I think that's because I was still in college and I was like I had like no friends and that's like I didn't have like a lot of I talked to like you and like several of my other mutuals all the time now. I consider you guys like some of my best friends. Anyway, um but anyway, I like really didn't have a whole lot of friends. So I guess it was kind of like an escape method, which is not that great. Um this is me telling you if you're listening, don't use shifting as an escape method. This is me telling you because I tried to do it and it didn't work. Anyway, um anyway, but I don't really have that many dreams about my DR anymore or like where like comfort characters and any kind of characters from my DR. They don't really pop up that often anymore. What about you?
I haven't had one in quite a while, but when I really got into shifting, I had quite a few. I mean, they, I nah, just totally lost it there. I had quite a few when I first started to try and shift, but that was when I wasn't obsessed with it, but I was quite excited about it. Therefore, I spent a lot of my time, making my script and researching and doing all of the fun stuff. But I think I've taken quite a big break. Oh no, that's not the right word. I've just kind of let go a bit more. So I only shift once every week now.
Yeah, I used to try and shift all the time, or not at whenever during the summer I guess I was trying to shift all the time, or not really, that's a fat lie. um I during college I would only try to shift, I guess, like during the weekend, and because that's whenever I was free, because I would have to get up early for classes and stuff. um but now I guess I kind of shift like whenever I think the time is right, or whenever I'm not tired from like working or anything, like, or like the whole day, or I don't have to get up early or anything like that. um I don't try to shift 24/7, I swear. Like, it drains you.
It
It's
really
like,
does.
for real. I highly suggest taking a, like, not a really long break, but like a 2 week plus break from shifting. It'll do you wonders if you desperately need it. I did it and I loved it. Like, I was so glad. And I started seeing a crap ton of angel numbers again. Like, I was really happy at the end of it. I was like, this is definitely what I needed. So I don't know if you've ever taken a really long break like that, or like.
Really thinking about it, the longest break I took when I was consistently shifting was only 5 days, but like since then I don't shift as often anymore, so I don't really need a big breaks anymore.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know that, like, now I don't know. I guess I don't really take breaks. I kind of just like I was saying, like, I kind of just shift what's when it's best for me. And I'm fine. I'm okay whenever I don't shift. Like, I'm, even though it's been over a year, I'm okay with me not having, like, not shifting right now, because I'm like happy with normal life right now, I think. But I think
Yeah,
whenever, if I were like still me from like the summer where I was really upset and like depressed and things like that, I think I would not be okay with it. You
yeah,
get my vibe.
I'm okay with it because the journey and the process and the knowledge and the learning has all kind of changed my viewpoint on shifting, and it's changed for the better. Like you said, I also saw it as like an escape mechanism, or trying to get away from this reality. And now I've kind of learned that is, you can't use that shifting for that, because it's not right. And now I'm using it to kind of broaden my knowledge and for new experiences that I might not be able to experience in this reality.
Yeah, I think that, you know how we were talking about, like, we've been like briefly touch like dipping our toes in and like coming back out about like using shifting as an escape method. Like, it
Yeah.
really, like, don't, obviously, like, no one's gonna stop you if you want to do it. Like I think I said this, and in the last episode, like, what am I gonna do? Go to your DR? Like, but like, I just highly don't suggest it. Like, obviously, if you end up shifting while you're want to use it as an escape method, you're gonna be so depressed here coming back. And if you grow here, take the time to grow and heal here, and then shift to your DR, you will be happy in both places.
It'll be a different experience once you've come to peace with this reality.
Exactly. That's like perfect. Like the little cherry on top. So yeah, I think that's like for sure how I feel about it. I know a lot of other people are like not for using shifting as an escape method, but I know people like keep talking about like just wanting to stay forever. I'm like, please don't do that. Do not do that. Ah, it like scares me whenever people talk about that. And I'm like, don't do it. Going back to lucid dreaming,
Yeah.
like we originally were talking about, we just keep like jumping. I'm like, but like all this is so important. anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, so the two main theories right now that I talked about on Shift Talk are the multiverse theory and the perspective theory. And if you don't know what they are, I'm about to tell you.
The multiverse theory is that you believe that each reality you're going to is 100% real, like this one, and that there are millions of universes depending on each of your actions. And the perspective theory is basically that it is all in your mind, and it's not actually real,
That's way
which
better
is
than
the
how I
big
put it.
dilemma of Shift Talk right now.
Okay, so with the two theories, which theory do you think is the best? Like, makes the most sense with the lucid dreaming method?
Um, For the lucid dreaming method, I think that the perspective theory probably makes more sense, but the multiverse theory does make sense. It just makes more sense when you see it from the perspective theory side.
Mm-hmm. We've like briefly like I should stop saying dip our toes in. Anyway, because I was gonna say it, I was like, we've like briefly talked about this like on our own. Actually more than briefly. And I've talked about this a little on my account about why I don't believe in the multiverse theory. But I still believe in it, like science. Why? Like, I just don't believe in it, like shifting wise. And I'm here to tell you why. The same thing I said in my other video too. Anyway,
on this episode, it's Rain saying, I'm gonna do this, and then go over them, and that was a lie.
And then it's also Rain saying, I'm gonna dip my toes in. Anyway,
I believe in the perspective theory more than the multiverse theory when it comes to shifting, because the multiverse theory makes more sense in science to me.
Yeah, there are just little things that don't make sense. And like we said, okay, first of all, I think I talked about this a little bit in the first episode. No, I didn't. It was mini shifting I talked about. The clone thing. Okay, first of all, the word is disgusting. We got to get rid of it. And then like what the clone thing doesn't make sense with the which theory?
Perspective theory.
Yeah. I was like, the clone thing doesn't make sense with the like it's because it's just all you. The only thing that I guess that part like doesn't make like it doesn't answer quote unquote is like, what if you like what are you doing? Well, you're shifting. Because some people have tried to answer that on TikTok, and then it's just accounts arguing and their fans arguing, and I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever watched. I'm like, you guys are adults and you guys are arguing like you're children on a playground.
There's one thing that I want to say is that okay, coming into both theories, clones don't make sense either way with the time ratio. So if I script a day here is a day in my desired reality, 12 hours of that is going to be me awake more than 12 hours. So then what happens then? Like, do I just stay asleep, or do I get up? And people decided that, originally just thought that there were clones and that they would do and what you would usually do. So if you wanted to do your homework, like if you wanted your clone to do your homework, and if you wouldn't have already done it, then they're not going to do it, because it's something that a clone is something that you were going to do. And that was the original theory. But now we just don't believe that, I guess.
I don't know. It was a very quick change. I know it happened like back in like May or June that people were like, clones are a no. And I was like, honestly, I'm like, it makes sense. Because like you wouldn't.
I found out like 2 weeks ago.
I found out a while ago. But it makes no sense that people were scripting themselves to do stuff that they already do normally. So if, let's say, you're clone, you would live life normally. So why would you script your clone to do stuff that you already do normally? It just doesn't make sense. Like, you are not going to go cartwheel outside your house because you're not here. Like, because your subconscious is not here. Like, what?
That also leads on from, if you wouldn't do it normally, your clone's not going to do it for you. So if you script to do it homework and you don't usually do homework, then they're not going to do homework, because a clone is you.
Exactly. There's also like so little we know. So like honestly, it's hard to like talk about it. I guess I know I think Nat, whenever she had her account, she tried to film herself while she was shifting, and it was literally just a video of her sleeping. So I think the only best way to know is like someone who does an awake method, but so little people do an awake method. Most people do a sleeping method. So I don't know. I guess it's hard to like test/prove.
I have a question leading on from what you just said. So this has nothing to do with what we originally planned, but anyway, speaking about awake methods, very controversial. I've heard many opinions from many people that they do not like the Julia method, which is the most commonly known awake method, and that it is very overrated and they hate it. Have you ever tried it and has it worked for you?
I'm also gonna jump on that bandwagon and say that I also hate it. I think the reason why, okay, I have tried it. The reason why I do not like it, and the reason why I think it does not work for a lot of people, I think the reason why awake methods are harder, is because if you try to do it in the middle of the day, which is what some people try to do whenever they do awake methods, is that you are not tired. Like, obviously you are awake, but you have to get into a relaxed state, and I'm not very relaxed if I'm awake in the middle of the day. And also, it's just like the stuff for the method was weird. I don't know. Like, obviously there was counting. Like, counting is fine. The problem is that I get lost with counting because I'm stupid, so I have to have a meditation do it for me. Like that, it's always been like that. Anyway, and then there was, what else was there? Like the I am part. I don't know. They're like, dude, I am until you're, what was it? I am until you're relaxed. I don't know what it was. I'm like, how do I know? Like, I don't truly know when I'm also, this was like early in my, not my shifting career, like my shifting journey. There we go. Not my, I don't know. I was going to say shifting career. Anyway, and so I didn't fully, like, I didn't know whenever I was fully relaxed. So I didn't know what I was doing. And I just don't think it's a good method. And I know, I don't remember who they are, but someone was like trying to take credit for the Julia method, and I'm like, no.
Raya did.
And then anytime we talked about it, they're like, can you give me credit? And I'm like, can you shut the fuck up? Like, no one cares. Aren't you canceled?
I believe I have tried the Julia method, and I tried it for about 3 months and it didn't really work. I believe it is, in my personal opinion, quite overrated for the amount of people I've seen say that it hasn't worked. But I mean, if it works for you, that's great.
Yeah. No, if it works for you, keep going. I know people say they love mixing the Julia method with other methods. I would say if you love mixing with other methods, keep doing it. I think it was Julia X Raven.
Yeah.
Question mark. I just didn't like the Julia method. I love Raven X Sunny. Favorite mixing method. Anyway, for anyone who doesn't know what to do for methods, mix your own method. Make your own. It is the best thing ever. Anyway, and then don't name it and post it. No one gives a shit. I swear. And then stop. Okay, another thing I'm tired of, and I made a post about this, and it did get popular and people agreed, so I was glad. I was like, stop making methods that are just the Sunny method, please. Okay, is it Sunny or Sunny? Anyway, I'm gonna say Sunny. Stop making methods that are just the Sunny method, please. I'm so sick and tired of people doing this. I think you saw the videos.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Anyway. But yeah, no, make your own method. It is the best thing ever. Don't do method. All you need is intent. Like, also, like, no method is like so relaxing as well. So yeah.
No method. I just go to sleep and think about my desired reality. I don't really I kind of set an intention. My intention is that I'm thinking about my desired reality, and then I just go to sleep.
Currently I don't use a method. So I just kind of like, currently I'm using like a shifting hypnosis. I love shifting hypnosis. They are so awesome. I like kind of told you about it. Anyway.
I tried, before I continue, is it Melody Pond?
Oh yeah, that one.
Is it Melanie Pond? Is that her name?
No, it's Melody Pons, I think. I just know her last name is Pons. I follow her on TikTok. God damn it.
I'm about to go check their pronouns.
Oh, it's Melody.
Melody?
Yeah. There are no pronouns in the bio.
Okay, so leading on from the shifting hypnosis, the first shifting hypnosis I've ever tried was by Melody Pons. Probably know her on TikTok. She is quite amazing.
Quite cool.
Yeah. The video worked quite well for me, and I heard quite a lot of other creators say that it worked quite well. Nothing like spectacular happened. I mean, it didn't shift. So I saw a lot of people say that they did shift with it though.
I did try it. I did give it a 2-week try. And it just made me really relaxed. It didn't work. I know several
I was very relaxed too.
I I commented on a post saying it didn't work for me, and a lot of other people agreed that it didn't work for them. So I feel like it either worked really well or it just didn't work. Like it made me really relaxed, but it just didn't work for me.
The hypnosis itself, though, like it was very nice to listen to.
Yeah, I would like I just kept falling asleep really early on to it. Like there were only like a couple times where I uh stayed awake during like not the whole thing, but like a long portion because I just kept falling asleep really early and I'm like, dang it.
All right, I have a question. So this is about the multiverse verse perspective theory. I'm gonna try and word this very carefully. Do you think it's harmful only pushing one theory? And usually the big creators do this, usually by accident. Sometimes it's not. But what do you think?
I think it depends on how they phrase it. Because if they are like simply stating what they think, I don't think it's harmful. If they are like really pushing that their opinion is right, I think it's harmful. And then, because then like all of their little like gremlin followers are like, and then because I literally saw one person that I still follow them because I love their content. But they were like anyone who doesn't believe in the multiverse theory, like it's stupid. And I was like, what? I was like, and I don't know, it was really irritating because then everyone else in the comments was like agreeing that like if you don't believe in the multiverse theory, like it's stupid. Like why do you even believe in shifting? And I was like, that's kind of ignorant. Or it is ignorant. I'm gonna say that. It is ignorant if you say that because there's more than one theory other than the multiverse theory. And it's a theory. You don't even know if it's
Let's
right.
not forget, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It is just a theory, and we could be completely wrong.
And last time I checked, you're not a physicist, you're not a scientist, you're literally just a shifter who thinks that the multiverse theory is right. Like, shut up. Like that, I don't know. It's really like, okay, if you're just like I said, if you're just simply saying your opinion, I don't really care. Like how I made my video about how I think the perspective theory is right, or it makes more sense in my mind. I didn't talk about many points though because I ran out of time really fast. I even made it a 3-minute video too. Anyway, but if you're like I was saying, if you're like saying that your opinion is right and every other opinion is wrong, I'm like you're mean and ignorant, and all your gremlin followers are gonna agree. So that's my opinion.
I feel like with bigger creators, they also need to acknowledge that they have a bigger impact than smaller creators, and that people do actually generally start fanning for people they actually like. So all the big creators usually do have quite a few fans, and not just people who follow them. So I think it is very harmful pushing only one opinion and one theory onto other people when we have to acknowledge that there are other possibilities and obviously theories.
Yeah, I fully agree. And there aren't many people who believe in the perspective. Oh my gosh, there aren't many people who believe in the perspective theory. I guess we're kind of hard to find.
So as we know
oh yeah, we talked about that.
So most people believe in the multiverse theory because you can bring skills and talents back, like learning languages or how to drive and whatnot. Do you have anything to say about that with the perspective theory?
I think that I think the reason why, because so people who've shifted have said that obviously we've never shifted, clarifying this again, that I wish I would stop doing that. That that in order to bring a skill back that you've learned, or that you scripted, is that you have to learn it there. And obviously time works differently there. Like it's like you still are learning like skills, but you're going to learn it faster, quote unquote, than here. So I guess that idea makes sense, but I guess do you know of any accounts that are like shift accounts that have learned something from their VR and brought it back?
I've seen videos of it, but I don't know any off the top of my head. But leading
Because people say languages, but I'm like, has anyone learned a language? No one has proven that yet. So, well, okay, because whenever you learn stuff, like nerves fire in your brain, right? Or like it's one of these two. It's either nerves fire in your brain or like new branches of your brain like grow. I can't remember which one it is. Listen, I've never really studied. I've only studied like moods of your brain. That's it. I don't study brain growth. Anyway, I don't study brain plasticity. Anyway, um, but like if in the multiverse theory, there could be two ways it could work, right? It could work like how the MCU multiverse works, where other versions of the multiverse are not you, technically. So there's you here, and then you in the other reality is not technically you.
But it's still you.
Like, but it's different. That you've lived through different things. Like you've had like things are slightly different.
The variant of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Or the other way that I can't remember how I said the other multiverse theory would work. I remember I talked about it, but I remember the main one was how it'd be like the MCU one.
Every single movement and decision will branch off into a different kind of, or a different reality, and then you'd make different decisions from that previous decision. So if you met up with every person or variant of yourself, they would all look different. They would all be in different places.
And if your brain is learning like new stuff in the multiverse, you're not all going to be sharing the one brain. You're each going to have your own brain, okay? And I feel like you're not shifting, or you're not okay, I guess I don't know, but whenever you shift, I guess Shift Talk hasn't made up their mind, but people are like, you're moving your subconscious or you're either becoming aware. I'm like, which one is it? I'm like, because if it's becoming aware, I guess that makes more sense with the perspective theory. I guess that TikTok is secretly, and not knowing about it, believing more in the perspective theory than they think. But if you're moving through your subconscious, that's the multiverse theory, and they just don't know it. So they're believing in the perspective theory more than they think, I think. Sorry, I just not thought about it. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, TikTok is truly believing in the perspective theory and they don't know it.
I 100% agree with that. But then I also have to say, becoming aware you're in another reality also goes hand in hand with the multiverse theory. So really, they go hand in hand. I wouldn't be surprised if what actually happens when we shift is a bit of both.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope that like sometime in the future while I'm still alive, we figure it out because it'd be so interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. No, because our brains are so powerful. Like we should use it to like our full extent.
Okay, so with the perspective theory, it would make more sense. I see it as just instinctively knowing what you're doing when you've scripted a skill in. Do you have anything to say about that?
Oh yeah.
Because when I'm high, I just forget. But I know what I'm doing.
People have said that whenever they script that they know stuff, it kind of it feels like they don't know what they're doing and their body or brain just kind of just does it.
It does it. Yeah. I've had experience with that. So
that's so crazy. I don't know. I guess because I've never experienced it, that I don't have like a whole lot to say on it, but that's the idea of like stuff like that happening is just crazy.
I saw a TikTok that said, this is just still letting up from shifting, by the way. Is that okay? Do you have anything else to say about that topic?
No, I was done basically.
If a celebrity has shifted here, who do you think has shifted here?
Oh yeah. Okay. The first person that comes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a couple people that come to mind, but the main one, okay. If Tom Holland has not shifted here, he's just manifested his life so good.
Yes, very good manifesto. You should definitely say what you want to do on camera. I want to be a millionaire, just so I can come back to this and say I'm a millionaire.
I would. Yeah, no. Well, this isn't only your voice is recorded. This is like not. Well, I mean, we can see each other, but
yeah,
they can't see us. Anyway, no, but no, for sure Tom Holland, and then like probably like
Tom Holland. You said for sure. You said no.
Oh no, okay, no. I said if Tom Holland hasn't done it, he's for sure manifested his life
Oh,
beautifully. Like he's like has a manifestation journal and everything then. He's like,
yeah,
I want
100%.
to be with Zendaya. Jake Gyllenhaal, movie, Spider-Man.
Oh my God. I believe that um okay, I have two people, but I just
Okay.
generally don't know who I want to actually talk about. So I have Zendaya, and then I have Elizabeth Olsen. And I say Elizabeth Olsen because if I have never ever seen one bad photo of her, and I don't know if that's just because she's very pretty, or it's because there's no such thing as bad. Like she's scripted no bad photos of me. Like she now this is just talking off camera, but she has like the kind of perfect life where her twin sisters were more famous. So she's famous but not as famous as them. I don't know. It just makes sense of leading on from the Tom Holland manifesting things. Have you seen that interview of Elizabeth Olsen basically manifesting WandaVision? That, you know, WandaVision was practically written in the comics, but she basically brought it up in an old interview. I think it was after like Civil War.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah. Was she talking about House of M?
yeah,
Yes.
and it came true. I mean, everything she basically stated came true. And that's just manifestation. They can both manifest. It would make sense if Lizzie had shifted here. Like she had like, or she's just really good at manifestation like Tom Holland.
And then you know how you said Zendaya? I can see because that woman is in everything. And
Yeah.
I'm starting to be sick of seeing her and shit. I swear, like I love not sure if her fans or people are gonna be like, you hate Zendaya, we gotta cancel her. Like, listen, I have like 4,000 followers. Like, you can't cancel me. Like, listen, I'm just gonna come back unless like I did the worst thing possible. Then I'm not gonna come back. Like,
It's not even a cancel. I'm a nobody.
also, like you and I roughly talked about this. Like, we are not for culture. Like, cancel culture cancel culture is like the worst. Here, like Shift Talk is really bad about it. And we're always like, this person lied, and then they bring no evidence. We're like,
Oh
stop
my God.
doing that. That is the
Oh,
dumbest shit ever. Like, I guess you should, and then you should not come back to TikTok if you've done terrible shit. Like, I feel like that's really obvious. And then stop supporting terrible people.
oh my God.
There. That's all I ask for.
Okay, I have a really interesting thing that I thought about one time. So if we go back to the question, if a celebrity has shifted here, who do you think it is? So I was thinking, what if, you know, we all know Charlie D'Amelio, she's been quite hated when she's done nothing wrong. And I saw someone say, what if Charlie D'Amelio just forgot to script that she wouldn't be hated or that she would be the most loved person.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking maybe she realized that and scripted it and then went back. But since every single universe you go to is a different one to what you script, she's actually in another universe. Obviously, people can't shift here, but I was just thinking that that's a really interesting thought from like the multiverse perspective.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Anyway, do you have no, I just kept thinking about it. Yeah, yeah. Do you have any other last thoughts?
No, I don't actually. I think we've been talking for quite a while.
Well, like I think we put in a lot of like good, I guess like stuff that like needs to be talked about on Shift Talk, I guess. No, I think we put in a lot of stuff that needs like to be talked about on the Shift Talk, like the theory stuff, like how it's really only the multiverse that's talked about. And people kind of like shun you for believing in the perspective theory. If you believe in the perspective theory, stand loud and proud.
I think, and I have like a kind of theory as to why that is. People are very headstrong about these people being real, and
Yes,
it's
for sure.
And the reason why is because it feels real, and I don't doubt that it feels real. It looks exactly the same as this reality right here, but people are the majority of people are against you, like doing bad things in your desired
What do you
they are
hate?
against doing they are against doing bad things in your desired reality, like purposely killing people or just going to kill people. And I feel like people kind of get the idea that since we don't think they're real, we can just do whatever we want. But that's not how I think, at least. Like, just because I think that it's in my head doesn't mean I'm going to go around killing people because I don't believe that they're real. So I feel like that needs to be put out there a bit more often.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the main reason why is that they think that they're real. And I know that, or I shouldn't say they think it's real. Well, because they say it's real. I believe in like everything that you said. But like I had a friend who she lucid dreams all the time. I literally mentioned her earlier, but she said that whenever she shifted for like it was only a day shift. But she said whenever she tried to control it like a lucid dream, she said it didn't work. It was like it it was like it was clear and everything, and then she tried to control it and suggest something like a lucid dream, and then she said it didn't work. Like it was not a lucid dream. A dream. It was for sure like a reality shift. And I was like, that's so interesting. I don't know. I just find it crazy that they're so different. And I can't wait to generally experience one of the two myself. I mean, I think lucid dreaming at least once in my life will be interesting. But I can't wait to generally shift because I think it'll be really exciting. And I can't wait to talk about my experiences.
Just with the thing, just in case you didn't know, but you became aware that you were dreaming. So you were still technically lucid, that you just didn't lucid dream. Does that make sense? So like there's a difference between becoming aware you're dreaming, because the first time I ever lucid dreamt, I became aware but couldn't control it. I didn't mention that earlier. I just totally forgot. The first time I ever lucid dreamt, I couldn't control it. And basically I just became aware that I was lucid dreaming. And I actually was so confused. I asked one of my mutuals about it, and she basically just said that I became lucid, and I couldn't control it because I didn't have enough intention or didn't have the technique. And then the next time I was able to control it a little bit. But the really funny thing with all of my lucid dreaming experiences is that I've been in third person. And it's because I see my desired reality in a third person way. And I can't, for some reason, snap out of that. I always see it as third person when in reality it's first person. It's me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was kind of interesting.
See, I always visualize in first person. I'm always a first, like my eyeball point of view. Like it's always at my point of view. And I don't know. Maybe the reason why I'm so good at like visualizing stuff like that is because I'm maladaptive daydream, but I don't know. Any other last thoughts before we close out?
No, I think I've gotten everything out.
All right. Well, and that is the end of our wonderful epic, not our anyway. No, I don't know why I said that. My podcast. You guys can catch the next episode. I said sometime, but I think I'm just gonna try and post these weekly. So you can catch my each episode weekly. If I don't post them weekly, I'm so sorry. I'm just a busy person. But you can go ahead and catch the next episode next week. I'll see you guys later.